Everyone talks a lot about you here in Lushinira. Who are you? Vellexia laughs happily. Ah, how refreshingly direct. Well, let me tell you a little about myself. My name is Lady Vellexia, but it is common for others to add a few epithets before my name, often someone like magnificent or illustrious. I hold considerable influence in the upper city. You could even call it my little queendom. I am the foremost member of the city's elite, and all the aristocrats of Alashinira acknowledge me as their de facto leader. De facto. You might be under the misconception that the city is ruled by Shamira, but Shamira is nothing more than a glorified cleaner, entrusted with the responsibility of tending to the latrines. I, on the other hand, hold sway of the most powerful and influential demons in the city. You see, my dear friend Nocticula allows me to lead the nobility, because I look out for her interests. She knows that I am loyal. Unlike most demons, I do not aspire to power beyond what I already possess. I would never stage a coup against our Lady in Shadow, nor would I ever use my position in society to support anyone else in such a foolish endeavor. So, apparently demons are like Russians, or the Russian government at least. Whatever they say, expect the exact opposite. So she definitely wants to aspire to power, and she definitely wants to use her position in society to support anyone trying to usurp Lady in Shadow. Ah. I'm the commander of the Crusaders of Golarion. I am a famous warrior, known for my amazing powers. I seek the honor of your attention and the pleasure of your inestimable company. And the pleasure of your inestimable company. Vellexia answers politely but without much enthusiasm. Known for your amazing powers? Here in the Abyss, you will need more than power and influence to impress others. Your special abilities will hardly give you the same status as they did on your homeworld. The demons will not see you as worthy of glory and respect until you demonstrate what makes you unique. However, you've managed to pique my interest, and I would be glad to make your acquaintance. There's no need to bother with titles. You can simply call me Vellexia, and you are? Don't put your trust in her words, champion. Velexia's temper is like the wind that blows across Ishiar. It changes constantly and bodes poorly for us no matter what direction it turns. You must watch her as vigilantly as a skilled sailor watches the horizon. Yeah, I mean, we already told her that we are the Crusader General. You can call me Morgraine. Morgraine. Vellexia rolls your name slowly across her tongue, as if tasting the way it sounds. What an unusual name. Certainly not in keeping with the spirit of the Abyss, but I like it. You know, Morgraine, I have a proposal for you. Let's pick a place that's nice and romantic and go on an innocent little date together. It'll be a chance for us to get to know one another. How about the Battle Bliss? It offers simple, spirited entertainment, and it will be a good place for us to talk undisturbed. No one will notice us because they'll be too busy watching the fights in the pit. We can have a nice conversation and learn more about one another. I'll be waiting for you in the arena. I hope you will accept my invitation. I will be very disappointed if you deny me the pleasure of your company. I'd like to get to know you better. I'm flattered by your attention, and I find your personality intriguing. You know, I take great interest in promising young talent, and I tend to offer my patronage to gifted artists. Unfortunately, many of them turn out to be frauds, unable to keep me entertained for more than a few seconds. An acquaintance of mine once mentioned that you used to fly naked over Alashinira. They said you wreaked havoc and terrorized the city in every way imaginable. Oh, that's her! Oh, dearie. Vellexia blushes slightly and hastily brushes off the question. Oh no, that's preposterous. Those are just ridiculous rumors and exaggerated stories. Of course, when I was younger, I may have allowed myself to be a little too exuberant, but still, what a blatant lie. Flying naked. Such outrageous nonsense. The demon tries to pretend she's outraged, but a sly, self-satisfied smile plays about her lips. Oh, so brutally terrorizing the city is okay, but being naked whilst doing it is not? Okay. You are not like the other demons. Why is that? Time, it is a simple answer, but true. I know a lady is never supposed to reveal her age, but suffice it to say that I am far older than this city and can recall the circumstances in which it was founded. During the ages that have passed, I have had time to play various roles. Perhaps if the gods of Golarion are generous and bless you with longevity, we will meet again. But if that does happen, say 1,000 years from now, I will be completely different. As time passes, I grow bored with each new version of myself, and since boredom is my sworn enemy, I have to reinvent myself to escape its grasp. When you feel bored, it is always so horrible. You've tried so much in your life, but have you ever tried to become good? It's very hard and takes a very long time, so you won't have a chance to be bored. Vellexia eyes Ember with mild curiosity, as if observing a mildly amusing animal in a zoo. Is she here to entertain you with her oddities? I also enjoy the company of jesters, though I would like to have one of them as my constant companions. What made you interested in me? Ah, you are so modest. Vellexia nods knowingly. You are a Golarion warrior, and you are responsible for securing several major victories in the World Wound. You had the courage to descend into the abyss, and now you've chosen to pay me a visit. Moreover, you are not here to wave a sword in my face, but to have a nice conversation. Now, be honest. If you were me, wouldn't you be intrigued? You are very powerful, aren't you? It is true that my name carries a certain degree of prestige here in Aloshinura. My advice, based on millennia of experience, can be truly valuable, and my adventurous life has allowed me to acquire extensive connections as well as an impressive collection of powerful curiosities. Oh, now really, just listen to me. Talking your ears off like a market seller. The demon laughs at herself good-naturedly. Are you skilled in the magic of enchantments? Yes, that's one of my many talents. A life that spans thousands of years can be a challenge for even the most lively and curious of minds. I'm always looking for something new and exciting to do, so I've studied many strange subjects. I take a particular interest in anything bizarre or unusual. Why do you like to support young talent? Vellexia glances at you coyly and gives you a charming smile. I could have told you that I am driven by pure altruism and the desire to perform good deeds, and you would have thought me the kindest and most noble of demons, but the truth is that I'm easily bored, and by attracting the young and the gifted, I can discover something new every day. They keep me entertained, and to be honest, they add to my prestige. I like making new friends, and with my help, those friends can become very influential indeed. What happened to those who fail to interest you? Vellexia looks at you uncomprehendingly for several moments, then bursts into a peal of musical laughter. You've heard those ridiculous rumors. Don't pay any attention to them. They're all so boring. Whoever invented them has no imagination. I've heard rumors that I killed them, that I keep them in my dungeons, and even, just imagine, that I rape them until they drop dead of exhaustion. It's all an extraordinary load of rubbish. I haven't done anything like that for at least a couple of millennia. Okay. Thank you for your answers. Thank you for being interested in what I have to say. Well, she has very nice manners. I'm going now. Hold on. Velexia's gaze drifts between you and Alushale with lazy curiosity. I can see the way you look at one another. You can't hide things like that from me. Could it be, my girl, that you have decided to play the most dangerous of all games? I don't know what you are talking about, Lady Vellexia. Alushale does her best to sound polite, but you can tell that she is scared. What do you mean by that? Every pleasure is available to us here in the Abyss, but which is the most dangerous, the most offensive? Tell me, what is the most unthinkable perversion for a succubus? Vellexia pauses dramatically, then answers her own question. Why, it is sweet self-deception, of course. The gentle feeling so cherished by mortals, to let down your guard and relinquish control. Love, it is called. At least I hope, otherwise the rest of the text won't make sense. To expose your delicate, defenseless throat and persuade yourself, just for a moment, that your partner does not want to rip it open. Oh, this game is far more dangerous than any entertainment involving chains, whips, and needles. You see, there are only two ways it can end. The first ending is quite simple. You grow tired of the game, so you stop playing. Only yesterday you were persuading yourself that you couldn't live without your beloved, and today you don't feel like letting your beloved into the house. However, the second ending is far more exciting. If you allow the game to continue, one of you will eventually decide to take advantage of the other's defenselessness. In this situation, the game ends when one of you regains control over your senses and kills the other before they muster up their own courage to strike. The fuck? Archangels is not like you. She doesn't play those demon games anymore. Her feelings, whatever they are, maybe, are real. You are right. Thank you for reminding me, Archangels whispers. Of course. That's exactly what you should be saying to one another. Deceiving yourselves is the hardest part of the game and the most delightful. Vellexia smiles warmly as she bids you farewell. Please don't stay away too long. Come back soon. So she... there she's gone. Heck. Magnificent bed is covered in luxurious silk sheets that whisper sorrowfully, as if trying to tell you something. That's mildly disturbing. We're definitely going now. So, to the arena we have to go. But we're going to ignore her first. First we're going to become champion. I mean, if we can become champion already. At least we're going to do the next fight. It's just a shame that we still can't get a teleportation key here. Damn it. Okay.
I do what I must. Go!
Can't help anyone. They're just like us mortals. Silly, frightened, clueless. No one can save you. No one except you. For your date, Vellexia has exchanged her previous dress for an equally elegant outfit. The blood-red hue of her new gown seems particularly fitting, considering the activities of the arena. Ah, there you are, Morgraine. Let's hurry to the box reserved for distinguished guests. I am determined not to let you enjoy the spectacle from any other seats. Your new dress is very elegant. Demon blushes slightly and gives you a pleased smile. I am flattered that you notice such things, especially here in the arena where there are so many other sights to capture your attention. Speaking of which, the fight is about to start. Is that for Nocticula? Interesting. Oh! Look at that! We know her. That is quite interesting. We know her too. But he's not Nocticula, is he? Odd. That's a reference to Attack on Titan. A fierce battle unfolds in the arena. The bloody freak surges forward, launching into a brutal attack against Atzelm. Atzelm desperately tries to resist the onslaught, but the bloody freak is relentless. He strikes one furious blow after another, showing no signs of exhaustion or fatigue as he bears down on his opponent. Atzelm attempts to fight back against her enemy with quick, sudden attacks, but fails to find an opening. Her movements begin to slow, and her footsteps leave behind a crimson trail of blood. Vellexia observes you closely. Her eyes sparkle with lively curiosity, and you are forced to turn your attention away from the fight as she asks. Slavery is the cornerstone of your life in the Abyss. Gladiator fights are a popular source of entertainment. How are such shows perceived on your homeland of Golarion? What is your view on slavery? People hold different opinions about slavery on Golarion. Whisper to the head of the inheritor. But it is forbidden by the law in many places. Vellexia looks slightly perplexed. But if these laws dictate the will of others, if they restrict freedom, how is that any different from the chains and shackles of slavery? This is all so complicated, but so exciting at the same time. I'd like to know more about your world. The victorious growl, the bloody freak hurls himself recklessly at his rival, who appears to be exhausted from her wounds. However, Anselm was merely feigning weakness. He dodges at the last moment and strikes a resounding blow. The blood gushes from the demon's wound, and his growl of rage gives way to a howl of desperation. Vellexia glances disinterestedly at the arena, and then returns her attention to you. She is clearly more interested in conversation than in watching the fight. Nevertheless, even Golarions who are not enslaved are often forced to fight by those in authority, yet they still charge into battle with as much zeal as those two gladiators down in the arena. So tell me, what gives them the motivation to fight? What do they hope to achieve? What do you think of Vellexia? The angel's voice is tense, and as if he's expecting a fight to break out at any moment. She is too gentle, too placid. Nothing at all like how she used to behave in battle. No, when we fought one another, she was never meek and gentle. She was a flurry of rage and angry curses. This masquerade, these tricks of hers, it all seems very suspicious to me. Those with honor will follow the orders of their sovereigns and fight because it is their duty. The demon muses thoughtfully. To fight, simply because something within your soul demands that you give your life for another? How incredibly strange and intriguing. Atzel, no longer putting up a pretense of weakness, advances against the bloody freak. Dealing him several painful blows, she strikes with precision, drawing blood, but never delivering a fatal blow. The audience goes wild as Anselm toys with her opponent, and the smell of blood hangs heavy in the air. There's no doubt that the merciless symphony of violence being played out in the arena will soon reach its deadly crescendo. The bloody freak isn't finished. He lets out a monstrous, bloodthirsty howl. It reverberates around the arena as he channels his powerful rage into one last brutal attack. He strikes as swift as lightning, and Atselm's flurry of blows is brought to a sudden halt. She sways slightly, then doubles over as if embracing the blade that was just plunged through her body. Then, with another primal roar, the demon cuts her down, dispatching his weakened opponent with one powerful strike. Vellexia watches Atselm closely. She muses thoughtfully, but every warrior will meet their death eventually. How do Golarions face the end of their life? Are they scared of death? Do they despise it, or do they welcome it as a friend? The memories of the deceased live on through their deeds. Vellexia looks at you with newfound respect. Your words distinguish you from a multitude of fools who think only about themselves and give no thought to the future. They fear death. They tremble at the thought that their pathetic lives will come to an end. The screams are deafening. The bloody freak, oblivious to his numerous wounds, basks in the admiration of the audience. Irina's master's voice rings out across the battle bliss. All hail the winner. Hail the bloody freak. Samira rises from her place and announces loudly, "I want this bloodthirsty fighter to be my servant. From now on, he is my slave, and anyone insolent enough to object will face my wrath." If you outbid Samira for this gladiator, you will wipe the smirk off her arrogant face. Vellexia averts her gaze, but fails to hide her mischievous smile. What a positively delightful idea. I can't resist. Ah, what you do to me. You've discovered my weakness. Only moments ago, Samira commanded the attention of the entire audience as she boasted about her power. However, when Vellexia rises from her seat, all eyes turn toward the succubus. I dare to challenge the claim of the most esteemed Samira. I am touched by this fighter's tenacity. He has found a way to my heart, and I wish to make him my bodyguard. If anyone dares to argue against my right to make such a claim, they can say it to my face. The arena master glances cautiously at Samira, then he turns to Vellexia and gives her a respectful nod. The crowd erupts into jeers as she... Okay, jeers and shouts. Clearly enjoying the public humiliation of Baphomet's daughter, Samira bellows and utters wild curses, and the sounds of her wrath shake the arena. But Vellexia ignores her threats with a look of magnificent disdain and gives you a sly smile. Oh, this was so exciting. I've enjoyed our time together here at the arena. However, I cannot resist the urge to appear with you somewhere in high society. I'm sure you wouldn't say no to attending a private reception with me at the harem of ardent dreams. Samira has prepared something special for her guests, and I would very much like for you to experience it with me. Ah, she wants to show us off as her. What, new pet? Okay. Everyone plays another. I shall wait for you at the harem of ardent dreams. You really must come. I simply won't take no for an answer. Vellexia suddenly pauses as she's about to leave. She turns toward you with a look of gentle reproach. Oh, you should have reminded me. I nearly forgot. After such a wonderful time together, after such a wonderful time together, you must become a regular guest. I insist. Please, accept this little gift as a reminder that the doors of my manor are always open to you. This coin is a key to the teleportation arc, located in the upper city. I would not normally give something like this to my ordinary guest, but there's nothing ordinary about you, is there? I'd say we're done here. We can continue our gladiatorial journey. Patched up? Who created you? How many animals were killed to make you? Wenduach. Your mutations are extremely attractive and your body radiates strength. He reaches out a hand toward Wenduach. Wenduach's voice is a soft, almost sultry purr. Touch me and I'll tear your hands off with my teeth. So please, go ahead. Give me a reason. No, don't make Ninja stronger. The healer turns his attention back to his work. He takes a severed limb from the pocket of his apron and begins to examine it carefully. Zeklex. Gold of Fang... Oh, I arranged a deal with the succubi. Ah, I'm glad to hear it. Your help in these matters is invaluable, since I cannot attend to them myself. I think you will find the reward for your assistance is quite generous. I've arranged a fight for you, against a member of the Nahindrian League. Please let me know as soon as you are ready. You haven't paid me enough. The deal with the succubi cost more than expected. You still owe me money. Tiefling looks at you closely, then shakes his head. I know the rates of service at the 10,000 delights. The sum I gave you was more than enough to cover the cost. Of course they tricked us. Ah, I'm ready to enter the arena. I hope you came prepared. Members of the Nahindrian League are formidable opponents. Atzel, your next opponent just died. What? Has claimed the lives of over 100 of her opponents. Well, that doesn't make sense. Isn't she dead? Oh, she has also been slain in the arena on 3 separate occasions. However, she never stays dead. It's quite mysterious, but she always comes back to life. Alright, we talk to her. Ready to fight in the battle bliss once more. Who's my opponent? The imp scowls and covers his face with his hands. He peeks out from between his tiny fingers, as if he is wearing a mask. Action opponent, hindering league, swift island, blah 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 blah. Okay, attack. I wish you good luck. If you die, greet death with a sweet smart kiss. Better still, slay all of your opponents and return alive and victorious. Okay. Isn't it a bit unfair that we come in a group and she's alone? Oh, he wants a place in the Hindrian League. This is Morgraine, the Method Slayer. Yes, please continue. The Nahindrian League proudly presents its fighter. You all know her, you obsess about her, and over her and under her, and you all fear her. We've enjoyed her hundreds of victories in the arena, and 3 times we've enjoyed her defeat and painful death. But every time she has come back from the dead. An artist of suffering, Atselm thrice killed! Can we please start? Hello? I'll cut out your eyes faster than you can blink. Yeah, I wouldn't count on that one. The winner of this fight will be granted membership in the Hindrian League, and the other will die, or in the case of Natzel, not die. We will have to find out. Fighters, commence battle.
You should have run! This will be quick!
Wait, what did just happen? Oh, interesting, but no. Not turn-based mode.
Killing is what I was made for.
Arena, I'll be back. I always come back. My name is Schwarzenegger. This is not the end. I'll be back. This can't be happening. The Nahindrian League's fighter is down. The fearsome Atselm has fallen. Long live the newest member of the Nahindrian League. Well done. Ah, 5 minutes. Ian Mangales solemnly raises his hands for silence. His eyes sweep across the arena before becoming to rest on you. There's a sly look on his face, and he gives you a cheerful wink before quickly resuming a pompous and dignified expression. He turns back to the crowds, and his voice booms out over the arena. Behold, the newest member of the Nahindrian League. He is invincible, bloodthirsty, violent, and cunning. It is Morgraine, the Method Slayer. Glory and death. Crowd goes wild. Yeah, I don't hear anything. Demons climb over one another, trying to get a better look at you. The roar of the spectators grows so loud you can feel it in your bones. The audience is utterly enthralled. They look at you in wonder and worship you as if you are a god. Wenduach basks in the adoration of the crowd. She grins happily. I like this place. I appreciate the skills of a true warrior. I think I'd kill again just to hear the screams of the crowd. Arushali whispers it barely audible. Glory and death. That is the battle cry of doomed madmen. How many times have I heard it? How many times have I shouted it while standing in the arena? I run from what I've done. I run as fast as I can, but even the smallest thing can remind me of my past. Then it all comes flooding back, and I remember all the terrible things I've done. You love this, don't you? You dirty cowards. You're too scared to enter the arena yourselves. You just want to watch others get killed. You are all disgusting, pathetic filth. The crowd goes wild. They erupt in a violent frenzy of anger, taunts and screams. It seems as though the spectators find your defiance more entertaining than eloquent words and brave speeches. Imangaleth lays his fat hand on your shoulder with exaggerated friendliness. This gladiator is no longer an unknown fighter, a loner without a place to belong. For his valor and courage, Morgraine will receive a collar of the Nahindrian League. From now on, he is the precious property of the Battle Bliss. I am pleased to tell you that I have personally taken this worthy warrior under my wing. Look out, champ. Uh-oh. Your Mangalas pats you on the shoulder again, and as he does, the world around you fades to black. Uh-oh. Hey, that's enough fooling around. You have more methods to to defeat. Your Mangaleth looms over you. Union Master's massive, bloated torso wriggles wildly as he bursts into a fit of maniacal laughter. As the Cambion howls in amusement, you realize that your neck feels stiff. Oh, we have one of the headbands. You reach up a hand and discover that you are now wearing a jewel-studded metal collar. The hand's voice is filled with sorrow and remorse. I've let you down, champion. That fiend has taken you captive, and I was unable to stop him. I could not perceive his motives through the veil of insanity that shrouds his damaged mind. I knew we were in the abyss, a place where you can't even trust your own shadow, but I failed to be vigilant. Well, what's done is done. Stay strong. We will find a way to free you. Are you out of your mind, you fat pile of shit? Irmangala smiles at you approvingly. He responds eagerly. Yes, there is the passion. That's what the audience loves about you. The crowds would tear you to pieces if they had the chance. It wasn't easy to keep them away from you. Everyone wanted to leave with a small souvenir. They would have loved to test their skills against the arena's newest sensation. If you left the Battle Bliss, you would be the most popular entertainment in the city. Everyone would be trying to pick a fight with you, but I simply cannot allow the arena to lose its most promising new gladiator. No, it would be an unacceptable tragedy. The Cambion points to your collar with a smile. Please accept this small gift with my compliments. It will guarantee your safety. This collar will make sure you do not leave the Battle Bliss. I don't want you out looking for trouble on the streets. I will also prevent you from picking fights with other gladiators outside the scheduled fight times. It would be so wasteful if you started killing one another outside the arena. The crowds would miss out all on the action. No, there will be a time and place for fighting, but here you can experience other kinds of entertainment. You will enjoy all the pleasures accorded to a new star in the arena. The best food and drink, the most passionate succubi, and throngs of adoring fans. You will love being my property, I promise. After I won my victory in the arena, you deprived me of my freedom. You have acted dishonorably. You wanted to become a legend. I can make that happen, but legends don't just walk the streets of Alashinira. They can't live among the common folk, easily accessible to the adorning crowds and unwashed masses. No, you must be distant and aloof. If someone catches a glimpse of you, it should be all they talk about. You want them to brag about the encounter and tell all their friends. This will increase your reputation, and soon you will be in high demand. Yes, this is your new life. I've amputated your freedom like an unnecessary appendage, so that you can achieve true greatness.